What are things made of? We will divide the universe into two separate things, matter and energy. The conventional definition in an introductory chemistry class is that matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. For our purposes, the fundamental building blocks of matter will be the atom. You can't go any smaller and have what we would think of as a specific substance. Sometimes atoms combine with each other and form units called molecules. Both oxygen and water are found as molecules in nature. In this slide we see representations of matter. Inside the water bottle is water. Its molecules are composed of two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. The golf club is made of the metal titanium. Notice how tightly and regularly the atoms are packed. We are all familiar with the basic properties of water just from our everyday lives. We know that water can exist in three phases depending on the temperature. In each phase, the water molecules have different properties. Notice the difference in the three phases. Water is extremely ordered in the solid phase. The molecules are all connected to each other in a very specific manner. In the liquid phase, the molecules are still bumping up against each other, but the structure is not as ordered. In the gas phase, the molecules are distant from each other and do not interact. In the table are important properties of each phase of matter. It would be helpful to keep what you already know about water in mind as you examine the properties. These properties include the type of atomic or molecular motion possible, how close the particles are to each other, the shape they have, the volume they take up, and how compressible each phase is. In this slide is a representation of two different types of solids. In the first, the particles, by which we mean atoms or molecules, are in a very definite array. These are crystalline solids. In the second type, the placement of the particles is random, and we refer to that type as amorphous. In later chapters, we will come back and look at the properties of each phase in more detail. But for now, we will break solids down into two types as seen in the last slide. For those solids that form crystals, think salt, sugar, ice, etc. And for those where there is not a crystalline shape, think soot.